Hello sweethearts! Today I want to share my first impressions of the Anycubic Kobra S1 Combo, tell you how much I spent on it, and explain what happiness inflation has to do with all of this. Like many of you who clicked on this video, one day I just woke up with a thought. I absolutely need a 3D printer. And after a couple of months of googling and watching reviews, I finally settled on the Anycubic Kobra S1. I have never owned a 3D printer before, but I do have some experience with CNC machines. I used to have a Workbee, I know a bit of Fusion 360, and I'm familiar with Match 3 CNC, which honestly looks more like a Winamp skin than actual control software. But let's go to the printer itself. It arrives in a massive box weighing over 20 kilos. So don't be shy about asking someone to help you carry it. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, remember that. Inside the box, the printer, and inside the printer, the IMS. I tried to pull the IMS out, failed, then realized that the huge yellow paper on top wasn't there for nothing. I read it, unscrew a couple of bolts, and finally got the IMS out. Behind it, there's a little box full of cables and accessories neatly packed. Unscrewing the remaining red marked bolts, and trust me, there are quite a few. The rest of the bolts better left alone. But hey, if you so insist, go for it. Who am I to stop you, right? A couple of words about the IMS. It's designed in the same style as the printer and looks pretty nice. Inside you get some tubes and ridiculously small amount of filament. One issue I noticed, the fourth slot on mine is a bit too tight. The filament goes in with much more effort than in the other slots. And the first time it even caused a filament error, until I figured out I just need to push a little bit harder. A bit of ASMR here, and let's continue. The printer is unboxed, so it's time to connect it. This time no mistakes, let's follow the manual. And it's actually a good one, so it's really hard to go wrong if you just follow along. So attach the weird little router looking thing, manual calls it anti-blocking module. Remove the blue clips from the IMS, plug the tubes into this octopus, and don't forget to clip blue clips back. Power on. Install the carbon filter that really didn't want to fit into its slot. Final ASMR moment, and we are done. Visually, I like the Anycubic a lot. Grey walls, sharp lines, semi-transparent black doors. Hard to make bad design here, but they did a good job. The doors are plastic, not glass, with a gasket and magnets to keep them in place. Screen on top, love it. Both the quality of the display and its placement, super convenient for me. Some reviews say the backlight isn't bright enough. For me it's fine, and if it's not enough for you, you can always mod the lighting. Now what I didn't like. It's loud. If it's your first printer, give up the idea to keep it in the same room where you work or worse sleep. From what I understand, that's problem with most FDM printers. Closing the doors reduces the noise, but it's still not comfortable. Okay, it's time to power it on. After boot, you select language. I recommend English because the translation is at least somewhat decent, and it's easier to find answers online in English anyway. Then it asks you to insert the USB stick that comes with it. The initial setup begins. First, the extruder sulked into the corner like it was regretting being shipped all the way from sunny China to gloomy Germany. Then it started aggressively twerking, and I let you hear it, because I wasn't ready for those sounds. And then, if embarrassed, it slowly nudged its way towards the bed. Setup done, let's speedrun the menu. Filament menu shows all AMS slots and holders. Anycubic spools have RFID chips, so the AMS auto-detects them and sets the right parameters. With third-party filament you can adjust material and color manually. You can also dry filament, load it into the nozzle or enroute it when swapping spools. Settings menu. Fan control, temp settings, calibrations, moving the bed and sprint head. General menu. This is also where you can turn on the much advertised AI spaghetti detection. But when you try to enable it, you just get a warning that it's experimental and unreliable. At least they were honest. You can also change nozzles here, copper or hardened steel. In general settings you can mute touchscreen sounds, change the language, set the screen timeout, scan QR codes for support, or reset everything to factory defaults. Menus done, let's print. I throw a spool of Anycubic PLA, chose the Benchy file from the USB and hit start. And maybe I'm getting old and sentimental, but have you ever heard of happiness inflation? The idea that to feel the same joy for something, now you need to invest much more time, money or effort than when you were a kid. Back then, finding a shiny rock made you happy, and a new Lego set blew your mind. Now, even buying a new car doesn't bring the same excitement. But this little green boat, it brought me back to childhood for a moment, and I was happy. Sure, this printer isn't the cheapest toy, but it feels good to know that there are still things out there that warm your heart and bring back long forgotten emotions. I hope everyone who hasn't brought a 3D printer yet gets to feel the same. To feel like a kid again, opening a brand new Lego set. As you have noticed, the video is almost over, so don't forget to subscribe, because next week I release detailed test video. Yes, that's kinda subscription bait, but I promise the video will happen. Call it a fair deal. You subscribe, I deliver the tests. Deal? Perfect. And if you're watching this later, the test video link will already be in the description. But subscribe anyway, I'm this close to 1 million subscribers. Finally, let's talk money. On Anycubic's official website the combo goes for 500 €. But with the code Any you can get it for 470, which isn't bad. On Geekbike I have seen it for 460. I personally bought mine on AliExpress for 430, thanks to their frequent coupons, between 40 and 60 euros of orders over 400. Sometimes you can even catch it for around 400, but you have to be patient and wait for the right deal. And yes, I will leave links to all the deals in the description.